Welcome back. This is part two of how to move from your codependent self to your real self at family gatherings like during the holidays. Now, this is a phrase that I came up with and used in so many sessions over the past years that was so helpful to help people find the courage to really be true to them, even when it makes other people uncomfortable. And this phrase goes like this: when you do what's right for you, it's right for everyone you love. Or we could say it: when you do what's right for you, it's right for everyone. When you do what's right for you, it's right for everyone. Because here's the thing, this isn't talking about selfishness or not caring. This is actually the most caring thing that you can do. Because if we're faking and we're trying to do things that are out of alignment, and then we're stressed, or we're pretending to care about something we don't care about, or we're saying the right things to comfort someone, that is an old paradigm of what it means to like someone or love someone. For those of you out there, my multisensory people that have read spiritual partnerships, know that that five sensory type of friendship of just platitudes or helping someone feel better. Maybe if a friend is hurt by a guy, you would say, "Oh, you deserve better." Whereas a multi-sensory or spiritual partnership or friendship would say, "What's that bringing up for you? How can I hold space for you?" And so, what we're really looking at here is like becoming less fake ass and moving into being more true to yourself. But here's why it's actually the most loving and caring thing to do. It's the most loving and caring thing to do, to show up as your authentic self and to share the thoughts or feelings that you have with someone that you love, even if it makes them uncomfortable. Because if we are protecting someone from being uncomfortable, then we're actually protecting them from their feelings and from the things that want to come up in them to be fully experienced and therefore processed and released. So hear me out. I know that this might not really make sense. It's sort of like saying, okay, so I make someone feel uncomfortable and that's because I love them. And I'm saying, yes. But the reason is coming from a very profound theory. We could, on the simple side of things, say it's feel to heal, so that ultimately our entire biology and mechanism, being a human, is perfectly designed. And it's perfectly designed to give us symptoms and discomforts and feelings and things that are for our highest good. And if we numb ourselves to that, or if somebody is protecting us from feeling into ourselves, it actually takes us further away from our innate wisdom and intuition. And the further that we get away from feeling our stuff and experiencing the symptoms that our bodies and our beings are showing us, then the harder life is, because then we're pushing up against probably trying to create or resolve things or find solutions in the conscious, analytical, logical mind. And that again just becomes like a conversation of constructs. And so if we are, well, we're ultimately thinking, I'm better, so I'm going to decide for you what you can handle and what you can't handle. And let's be honest, there's a selfishness in that type of behavior as well, because if I'm afraid that you're not going to like me for who I am, then I am going to protect myself by not saying what I think. Ooh, That's a juicy part. I lived in that. That was literally my life until it wasn't. That was my life. And to be quite honest, I built a lot of superficial friendships that were were partly, half me, because if I wasn't showing up, if as myself, either protecting myself because I didn't think I would be loved for who I am, but also protecting them because, let's face it, my thoughts have never been very mainstream. The thoughts that I have about things are rarely status quo. And so it challenges people to consider long held um, perspectives of things, even if I am not saying them so that they are accepted. I don't actually care if somebody sees something the way I see it, but I did in the past. I thought that you had to, like, if you shared a thought, then you literally had to try to convince the person to see that thought because you see it. So I think we've uncovered a few things here. I'm seeing three things now from this conversation. One is, yeah, it can be a self-protection because we're not sure we'll be loved as we are. Two, it can be we think we're protecting them because they can't handle the truth. And three, yeah, it can create it can create superficial relationships because they're not based on who you really are. And this part of protecting ourselves because we're not sure that we'll be loved by for who we are is really counterintuitive, actually. It's actually really counterintuitive because then we're not sure we'll be loved as we are, so we don't act as we are, and so then we don't have people in our lives that love us as we are. That is the fall from grace that I think many of us have taken, especially over the last three years. I know I did. If you want to hear more about that story, definitely drop me a comment below or tell me what you've gone through. I'm sure that many of you out there have also gone through your own journey of having to show up more real and just be courageous. And went through it, and congratulations. And even if you're still in it, it's a practice, not a perfection. And it does take a certain amount of just not taking it personally, but also knowing that the more that you show up as yourself, the more that those relationships or friendships will fall away to make room for new ones. And if you're like me, when you're sort of in the aftermath where you lost a lot of friendships, and you're in the between, in between worlds, from like the fake friendships to like really potent and amazing, powerful friendships that love you for who you are. It's not like I don't have any of those, but like I'm still in the in between worlds of like where that is coming in more and more. Have faith, stay true to yourself, because after all, it's your life and you're the only one that can live it for you, and your internal guidance system is brilliant. And just try to listen to your symptoms more, try to numb your symptoms less, try to numb your feelings less, try to just be present with how you're feeling and what's coming up for you without trying to change it, and you will have all the wisdom that you need in every moment. Thanks for being here. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, share, share anything with me. I love to see what's up with you. Ciao for now.